While most people are sleeping, someone is building their future. Right now, somewhere in the world, a person is waking up at 5 a.m. Not because they have to, but because they refuse to stay average. Think about that. The difference between success and regret is often hidden inside small daily decisions. And one of those decisions happens before the sun even rises. Most people see 5 a.m. as a time. Successful people see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to think, to plan, to improve, to move ahead while the world is still asleep. The truth is this: waking up at 5 a.m. will not magically make you successful, but the mindset required to consistently wake up at 5 a.m. can completely transform your life. Today, you will discover why the 5 a.m. mindset is so powerful and why it separates disciplined people from those who spend their lives making excuses. Stay until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you see mornings forever. Point 1. Winners start before they feel ready. Most people wait until they feel motivated. They wait until conditions are perfect. They wait until tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And eventually, years disappear. People with the 5 a.m. mindset understand something different. Action comes before motivation, not after it. They wake up tired. They wake up uncomfortable. They wake up when they don't feel like it. And they do it anyway. Because discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to do it. The alarm clock becomes a daily battle. And every morning, you make a choice: comfort or growth, sleep or progress, excuses or results. Most people choose comfort. Winners choose growth. And that is why their lives eventually look different. But there is another reason why the 5 a.m. mindset is so powerful, and has nothing to do with waking up early. Point 2. The morning reveals who you really are. Anyone can be motivated after success. Anyone can work when they feel inspired. Anyone can push forward when life is easy. But who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you when your bed feels warm? Who are you when every excuse sounds reasonable? That is where character is built. The morning is honest. It exposes your habits. It exposes your discipline. It exposes your mindset. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. And every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your confidence. Successful people understand that self-respect is earned, not given. And self-respect begins with keeping the promises nobody else can see. That is why 5 a.m. is not about waking up early. It is about becoming the kind of person who follows through. And the next lesson is where the real transformation begins. Point 3. The first hour controls the rest of your day. Most people wake up and immediately give their attention away. They check notifications. They scroll through social media. They react to other people's priorities before thinking about their own. Without realizing it, they have already lost control of their day. People with the 5 a.m. mindset do something different. They protect their first hour. They don't rush into noise. They create clarity before chaos. That first hour becomes their foundation. They read, they write, they exercise, they think, they prepare. Because how you start your morning often determines how you finish your day. If your morning begins with distraction, your mind stays distracted. If your morning begins with discipline, your mind stays focused. The first hour is not just another 60 minutes. It is the steering wheel of your entire day. And the next lesson explains why successful people guard their mornings like their greatest investment. Point 4. Winners protect their energy, not just their time. Everyone has 24 hours, but not everyone has the same energy. Energy is more valuable than time, because without energy, time becomes useless. The 5 a.m. mindset is about using your best energy on your biggest goals. Early in the morning, your mind is fresh. Distractions are fewer. Your focus is stronger. That is why many successful people work on their most important tasks before the world wakes up. They understand that the morning is too valuable to waste. While others are reacting to life, they are creating it. They protect their attention because attention is the currency of success. Every unnecessary distraction steals a piece of your future. Every focused morning builds it. And there is one more lesson that explains why consistency always beats motivation. Point 5. Small daily wins create extraordinary lives. People often believe success comes from one big moment, one lucky opportunity, one perfect decision. But real success is much quieter. It is built one morning at a time, one alarm, one workout, one page read, one healthy choice, one promise kept. These small victories seem insignificant, but over months and years, they become a completely different life. That is the true power of the 5 a.m. mindset. It teaches you that greatness is never created overnight. It is created through ordinary actions repeated consistently. Discipline is not about being perfect. It is about refusing to quit. Every morning, you choose growth over comfort. You become someone your future self will thank. And in the final part, you'll discover the deepest truth about the 5 a.m. mindset, a lesson that has nothing to do with the clock, but everything to do with the person you become. Point 6. The greatest battle happens before sunrise. People think the hardest part of waking up at 5 a.m. is leaving the bed. It isn't. The hardest part is defeating the voice inside your head, the voice that whispers, "Just 5 more minutes. You deserve more sleep. Start tomorrow." That voice sounds harmless, but if you listen to it every day, it slowly begins to control your life. Because the way you win your morning is often the way you win your future. Every morning, you defeat that inner voice, you become mentally stronger. You prove to yourself that your goals are more important than your comfort. And over time, that daily victory changes who you are. Success is not built by one massive decision. It is built by thousands of small victories that nobody sees. And every one of those victories begins with a simple choice: get up or give up. The next lesson is the one that separates disciplined people from everyone else. Point 7. The 5 a.m. mindset is not about time. It's about identity. Many people believe waking up at 5 a.m. is the secret. It isn't. The real secret is becoming the type of person who keeps promises to themselves. Because anyone can wake up early once, very few people can do it consistently. The clock doesn't change your life. Your identity does. When you repeatedly choose discipline over comfort, you stop seeing yourself as someone who makes excuses. You begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who finishes what they start, someone who earns success instead of wishing for it. That identity changes everything. It changes your confidence. It changes your habits. It changes your future. The people who achieve extraordinary results don't simply have better routines. They become better people through those routines. That is the real meaning of the 5 a.m. mindset. Final message. One day you will wake up and realize that life did not change overnight. It changed because of the small decisions you made every single morning. The mornings you wanted to quit but didn't. The mornings you chose discipline instead of comfort. The mornings nobody applauded. Nobody noticed. Nobody celebrated. But those mornings were shaping the person you were becoming. Remember this. Your future is not decided by luck. It is decided by your daily habits. The alarm clock is not your enemy. Your excuses are. The sunrise does not create winners. The choices made before sunrise do. So tomorrow morning when that alarm rings, ask yourself one simple question. Will I choose comfort? Or will I choose the future I say I want? Because every great life begins with one decision. The decision to take control before the world wakes up. If this video inspired you to become stronger, more disciplined, and more focused, subscribe to this channel and join a community that believes success is built one day at a time. Thank you for watching, and always remember, win the morning, win your life.